Hey, my name is Mikaila, and today I'm officially unmuted. If you know me in real life, you're probably laughing because I'm probably one of the loudest, most opinionated people you've ever met. My voice is incredibly loud, and I have tried many, many times to be a quieter person, but it's just physically impossible for me. Half the time, I don't even realize how loud I am. So you might be wondering why I decided to name this Mikaila Unmuted. And it's because while I'm really opinionated and I'm quick to speak my mind and to be honest about what I'm feeling, unmuted for me means being more uncensored, specifically in a public forum. And that's something I'm much less comfortable with. And it's a different kind of vulnerability that I've ever been willing to take the chance on before. The truth is I'm petrified by social media. I'm intrinsically a very private person. And so the idea of sharing real thoughts with an audience that I can't see, that I can't control, who might misunderstand me, who might definitely be committed to misunderstand me, has never felt safe. And if I'm honest, some of the fear is old. I've done a ton of healing work, therapy, somatic healing, meditation, plant medicine, and even past life regression. And what I've learned is that in several lives, I was too much of a witch and not enough of a bitch. And what I mean by that is in past lives, like this life, I've always had an incredibly strong intuition and a connection to mysticism in other realms. And I've always been punished for it. I lost my livelihood, my well being, and maybe even my life. And because when I was targeted for speaking my truth, I wasn't a bitch enough to actually fight back, it feels really important that I do it differently in this lifetime. And so that wound still lives deeply in my body, that priestess wound. Posting online has never been just about posting. It has felt like risking my actual safety. And maybe that's tied to past lives. Maybe that's tied to watching a lot of Black women be radical and lose everything. Be radical for nothing. Be radical to have their goals not even met and knowledge achieved. But the difference is I'm 47 now, and I don't care what society says. Being older is incredibly lit. You never know yourself better. You never trust yourself more. You've been on the earth long enough to notice patterns and how systems work. I have never felt more safe in my body, in my own life. I've built a beautiful life, and I know that I'm capable of building a beautiful life out of some really bad things. And so for a long time, I didn't want to disrupt that by being more visible. But that's kind of exactly why I'm here. I feel to some degree that my healing has plateaued and that the contributions I can make to society have been stilted by this need to want to hide. And so, because there's more for me to learn, more for me to express, more impact that I'm ready to make, I need to really step out into the world more publicly. Even if it means 2 followers, 5 followers, especially if they don't know me. That's broader than what I'm doing now. Also, professionally, I feel really called to expand. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 plus years. I have many different businesses. I've been a professor. I've been a DI consultant. I've been a speaker. And I've worked in rooms of 5 people and I've worked in rooms of 400. But this feels bigger. This feels like I'm being called to speak to a bigger audience, to use every skill I've learned, every piece of wisdom I've fought for, to build a platform like the platforms that really, really inspire me, that teach me, that heal me, that liberate me, and make me feel like a lot of the things that I historically have hated about myself are more common than I thought, that maybe I wasn't wrong, that maybe I'm just having a particular lived experience. And so I want to give back what has been given to me, which is like validation of my existence and my right to be here and my right to be imperfect. This is why this moment with social media and my involvement in it feels differently for me. And it's why I'm here. And it's why I've named this Mikaila Unmuted, because I'm finally ready to be seen and less hidden. Please be nice to Auntie in the comment section.